Y'all, I cannot get this intro out today. I don't know what is happening. Once it was time to sit down and film the intro, it was like words are hard. So instead of doing that, hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, we're just gonna go with it. If this is your first time, I apologize. This has been a weird experience so far. Things are normally normal here, but today was just like struggle, bus, central. Driver was like drive, reverse, all over me. It was a hot mess. But today's video is going to be an affordable drugstore Valentine's Day tutorial. Here's the look, very easy peasy. Some products have been out for years. There were other products that were semi-new. I discovered some products that I forgot that I loved, which is always exciting. I love when that happens because there could be a chance that you have it in your collection too and you'll be like, oh my God, I do have you and I want to put you on my face. So yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and just end this awkward intro. Next time will be normal, I promise, and let's get to the tutorial. So for eyes, I have several palettes that I pulled out. I kind of went through all my drugstore drawers and pulled out what I thought I could use. I have two palettes from CoverGirl. I have this one from Rimmel, which I'm thinking I do want to go in and use this because I don't use Rimmel too often on my channel. Okay, so starting off with the Rimmel Magnifies. I was gonna say magnificent, fail. Crimson Edition. I know there's a spice one. I have pretty much all of them, I think, and I haven't really played with them too much. I did swatch them on my hands, but I've never used them on my eyes before. So starting off with this shade here, I'm just gonna grab forget the name of this. It's like Sigma E40 or E60 or E50. It's basically like the oldest Sigma brush that I have, but it's my favorite for going in and kind of just laying down the general crease color that I'm wanting to use. I'm like salivating like crazy. I can smell my Earl Grey latte sitting in front of me and it smells so good. Milk frother has changed my life. In fact, I have another Amazon must-haves video coming up. Y'all seem to really like those videos. I really like those videos. But lately it seems like a lot of those have kind of like been recommending the same products over and over again. And I mean, I get it. We all love good products, so it makes sense. But I'm like, I want to see some things that not every other video has. So I've pulled together some of my recent Amazon purchases that I've been loving that I haven't personally seen on a lot of videos. So hopefully they're products that you guys haven't seen on repeat either. I'm hoping to have that video up early next week. I'm just waiting for one more product and I want to test it throughout the weekend to make sure it works well before I tell you all about it. Okay, now I'm just going in with the 5th shade in the palette, just kind of a rich burgundy. These are going on pretty well so far. I'm pretty sure I've seen 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗓 rave about the Spice Edition one, which is the one full of really pretty warm neutral shades. Obviously that was one that I picked up right away, but I was like, no, I always use oranges. I know I'm guilty of that. Those are just the shadows that I love. Okay, have y'all watched Abducted in Plain Sight? I'm obsessed with any sort of true crime documentary. And I always get like paranoid at night, but that is one where I've never been so frustrated in my life. I was like screaming at the TV and at the parents. I don't get it. There were like so many weird things that happened in that case. I was just like, how though? It was super bizarre. Okay, I do want a deeper kind of, or do I want to keep it a softer pink? I do feel like I just want a little bit of something deeper on the outer corner. So let's go in with this CoverGirl palette. This is the True Naked Sunsets. Let's go ahead and mix these two shades here and hopefully that'll give me the plummy vibe that I'm looking for. This is a Cosette D220 brush. So just picking up both of those shades, and no, that kind of just gave me, I mean, a pretty color, but not exactly what I was looking for, but that's okay. I guess we'll just kind of go for more of this fuchsia-y type of pink. The mattes in these True Naked palettes are really good. Some of the shimmers are a bit like soft satin rather than like the really intense pearlized shadows that they look in the pan. They're still pretty, but I've been preferring the matte shades more. Now taking the applicator that comes in this Rimmel palette, I'm just really mixing, palette does not have a mirror, mixing those two shades up to deepen the outer corner even more. This little brush is actually coming in handy just to really pack the color. So if you are new to my channel, I'm always like hopping back and forth on my eyes. I'm like, let's do the lids and then go back to the crease and blend some more. So at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and jump over to my lids. I have been loving these chromatic pigments from JCat Beauty. So the pink one is in the shade Flushing Queen. And then I have this kind of like It's not quite yellow gold, it's not quite white gold. It's in the shade Hype Exposure. I really like mixing both of these. So instead of being like, it's a loose pigment, but they almost have this creamy quality to it. It's not quite as loose as like a MAC pigment. Just the texture of these, do you see what I mean? Like it kind of like shifts around in a solid type of piece, but we do need a tacky base for these pigments. So I'm gonna use the NYX Glitter Primer. I actually really like this product. I'm just gonna pat a light layer of the glitter glue all over my lid. And I like to go a little bit above my natural fold. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with the pink shade and just using my finger, I'm gonna pack that color all over my lid. Isn't that so pretty? So I'm gonna go into our gold shade now. Like look, even in this container, do you see what I mean? It's not like crumbling and falling all over just because it's densely packed in there. So I'm just going to bounce my finger right in, just pick up a tiny bit, which my camera doesn't want to focus on my finger, and lay it right on top. I would definitely recommend doing your eyes first and then going in with foundation because as you can see, I do have some fallout. And then going back into the CoverGirl palette, I'm going to take that plummy mixture again and just lightly go over these edges. So for my foundation today, I'm gonna go in with the Catrice HD Liquid Coverage in the shade 32 Nude Beige. I'm hoping this one matches. I'm pretty pale right now because I went through this morning and just buffed off, or last night, all my self tanners. I always like to mix this with something. Usually it would be the 𝗟𝗘𝗧'𝗦 Hollywood filter. I freaking love that stuff. I can't stop using it, but clearly we're doing drugstore today. So I'm gonna go in and try mixing it with some of this. This is the e.l.f. Natural Glow Lotion. I haven't tried this yet. On the box it said to apply it as like a moisturizer after cleansing, but I thought, why not just use it with foundation? So it just comes out like a typical lotion. It doesn't have that much of a glow, but it's really the only, although I could go in with, you know what, we might do this instead because this is a product I know that I love from the drugstore. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Glotion in Light Glow. Let's mix both of these, or all three of them. So there is the e.l.f. Natural Glow Lotion. Doesn't really have that much of a glow though. With this too. This is a really pretty product. Okay, so I'm just going to kind of tap it in onto the high points of my cheeks, and I'm also going to mix some into the foundation. Just taking my Real Technique sponge, I'm going to press that right into the skin. I'm gonna check online and see if there's a sale right now. I'm not sure if there will be since this one just kind of finished up, but Ulta had these Real Technique sponges for buy one, get one free, plus you could use the $3.50 off of 15 coupon. I went in and stocked up. I think I got like 8 sponges and it was so cheap. And then for my under eyes, I'm going to take some of my Maybelline Age Rewind in Neutralizer and pop some of that on. I actually like to mix it with brightener. I love the caps of these. I don't know what it is. It reminds me of like a little astronaut helmet. Is that weird? This is a powder I haven't used in a while. Hopefully it's good. I honestly can't really remember because it got shoved into the back of my drawer. This is another JCat Beauty product. It's the Luxe Pro Powder in Porcelain. So we're just gonna take a smidge of this. This is the Morphe M501. It's like one of my absolute favorites for my under eyes. Also just hitting the sides of my nose and a tiny bit between my brows. Now for bronzer. This is another product that I dug up. I haven't used this in so long either. This is the Wet n Wild Cushion Bronzer in the shade 𝗟𝗘𝗧'𝗦, but I also have butter bronzer, which I know I love. I think I'm just gonna take a teeny weeny, a tiny bit of this just to see because I honestly can't remember. I haven't used it in so long. All right, so I'm just going to dip this all into the cushion, and before I just stamp it right onto my face, I'm going to stamp some onto my hand first, just to make sure there's not too much on there. And just kind of go around the perimeter of my face. Take the sponge and use that to really blend it out. But if I were to place it with this sponge, I just think it would be, you know, like a stamp this is a product that I'm gonna leave on my vanity because I really do like it. I like how you can kind of sheer it out and just keep it more natural looking, but still give your face that glow. So our highlighter I think is actually going to be a powder today. I haven't tried these yet. I got these in from 𝗦𝗢𝗖𝗜𝗓. They are just loose highlighters. So we have this shade here called You Glow Girl. And then I'm So Lit is more of like a white gold. We may mix them together or just stick with the You Glow Girl because this is definitely like a pearly pink shade. And then taking another Morphe brush, this is the Morphe M500. It's pretty much like the only highlighter brush that I use. This one and the Anastasia one. Those two are my absolute faves. And just lightly dust some of this right onto my cheeks. Ooh, yeah, that's a pretty highlighter. We all know me just for some shimmer on the inner corner. You know what? Let's use this highlighter. So the same highlighter that I just applied, and just tap a tiny bit of this right onto the inner corner. All right, moving on to my lips, going in with one of my all-time favorite lip liners, not only from the drugstore, but just in life. This is NYX lip liner in Peekaboo Neutral. Also, I did want to quickly mention, I did go in with a tiny bit of blush because I felt like I just needed a little bit more pink. So this is the Milani blush in American Beauty Rose. I love these blushes so much. If you're looking for a good neutral within the line, Romantic Rose is so pretty. Okay, so lining and filling my lips, which I split my lip last night. Howard and I were playing and he came and like clobbered me in the mouth. Okay, so this is the Maybelline, they're just the Shine something, aren't they? What are they called? It's the Color Sensational line, but it's called Shine something like that. I don't know. It's the shade Baddest Beige. Just because on its own, it's almost a little bit too nude, but the combo I think is really pretty because I'm feeling glossy. This is one of Ulta's lip glosses. It's just a clear gloss. It's in the shade Sugar. There's a little bit of glitter in it, but it's not like the sort of glitter that you can feel all over your lips. You know, the ones that feel crispy and annoying. But here is the final look. I really hope you guys enjoyed. As always, I love hanging out with y'all. Let me know what some of your recent drugstore finds have been. I'm really excited because I rediscovered some products that I actually really do like. As I mentioned earlier, this will definitely be staying on my vanity now because he's a little treasure. But yeah, that is it for this one. I hope you guys all have a great day and I will see you guys next time. Bye.